Why Modern Love is Broken, a philosophical analysis. We have more connection than any generation in history, yet we've never been more alone. And I know you feel it. That emptiness after scrolling for an hour. That exhaustion from another surface-level conversation. That moment when you wonder if you're the problem. You're not. The system is. Why does modern dating feel like a job interview? Because we've stopped looking at people as souls and started looking at them as products. And I'm going to prove it to you using philosophy that's 2,400 years old. In the next 10 minutes, you'll understand exactly why your dating life feels broken, and more importantly, how to fix it. Let's go. Here's what we're covering. First, the ancient myth that explains soulmates and why that idea is destroying your love life. Second, the psychology behind why more options make you less happy. Third, what we lost when we turned people into products. And finally, the exact framework to fix this. Ready? Let's start 2,400 years ago. Act 1. The soulmate lie. Picture this. You're scrolling through a dating app right now. Swipe left. Swipe left. Swipe right. Maybe you match. Maybe you message. Maybe there's a date. But here's what you're really doing. You're shopping for a person the same way you'd shop for a new phone. Compare features. Check the specs. Move on if something better comes along. Studies show that people on dating apps make decisions about potential partners in less than 1 second. That's less time than it takes to read this sentence. We've turned human beings into products. Swipeable, replaceable, disposable. But here's where it gets weird. This started with a philosopher named Plato. In his work, The Symposium, he tells a wild story. Humans used to have 4 arms, 4 legs, 2 faces. We were powerful, complete, and self-sufficient. But the gods were terrified of us. So Zeus split us in half, condemned us to spend our lives searching for our other half. This is where the idea of a soulmate comes from. The belief that somewhere out there is one person who completes you. For thousands of years, this shaped how we thought about love. Love was about finding wholeness, finding the one. But here's the problem. When you have access to millions of potential partners at your fingertips, the concept of the one becomes absurd. If there's only one person meant for you, what are the chances they're on Hinge? In your city? Within your age range? The math doesn't work. So we stopped believing in the one. But we didn't replace it with anything better. Instead, we created something worse. And this is where modern psychology reveals the trap we're all caught in. Now here's where this gets controversial. Because what I'm about to show you isn't just bad for your dating life. It's bad for your entire brain. Stay with me. Act 2. The Choice Paradox. Psychologist Schwartz discovered something called the paradox of choice. More options don't make us happier. They make us anxious, unsatisfied, and constantly wondering if we're missing out on something better. Think about ordering food on a delivery app. Hundreds of restaurants. Thousands of menu items. Did it make choosing easier? Or did you spend 20 minutes scrolling, only to order from the same place you always do? Now apply that to dating. Except instead of choosing dinner, you're choosing a potential life partner. And instead of 100 options, you have thousands. The pressure is paralyzing. But it gets worse. Because dating apps are designed to keep you scrolling. They're not designed to help you find love. They're designed to maximize your engagement, to keep you on the app, to make you feel like the perfect person is just one more swipe away. Now, let me make this concrete. You see someone on Hinge. They're wearing a vintage band t-shirt, reading a book in their photo. Your brain immediately creates a story. They're artistic, deep, probably read Murakami, love indie films, will have incredible conversations. That's not analysis. That's projection. Carl Jung called this the Anima and Animus. We all carry within us an unconscious ideal of the perfect partner. For men, this is the Anima, the feminine ideal. For women, it's the Animus, the masculine ideal. These archetypes are shaped by our experiences, our culture, our parents, and our fantasies. Here's the problem. Dating apps let us project this fantasy onto real people. We see a few photos, read a witty bio, and our brain fills in the rest. We create an ideal version of this person. Then you meet them. They work in finance. The shirt was from Urban Outfitters. They haven't read a book in 2 years. That disappointment? That's the fantasy collapsing. That's your anima dying. So what do? You go back to the app, back to the fantasy, back to the endless search for someone who matches the impossible ideal in your head. Okay, pause. Here's the framework. Every bad dating experience follows 3 steps. 1. You project an ideal. 2. Reality doesn't match. 3. You blame the person, not the process. Understanding this is the first step to breaking the cycle. But wait, it gets worse. Because what we've lost isn't just good dating. We've lost something fundamental about being human. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Act 3. What we lost. Let's talk about what we've actually lost. In previous generations, relationships developed slowly. You met someone through friends, work, or community. You spent time together. You learned about each other gradually. You built trust. The process was inefficient, yes, but it was deeply human. You couldn't swipe left on someone's personality. You couldn't filter out people who didn't meet your height requirements. You had to engage with real, complex, flawed human beings. And something magical happened in that process. You discovered that the person who looked perfect on paper might be boring in person. And the person who would never make it past your filters might actually be the love of your life. Modern dating has eliminated this discovery process. We pre-screen potential partners like HR departments screening resumes. Must be this tall. Must have this degree. Must enjoy these hobbies. Anyone who doesn't make the cut gets rejected before we even meet them. The philosopher Martin Buber described 2 types of relationships. I-it relationships, where we treat others as objects to be used, and I-thou relationships, where we recognize the full humanity of another person, where we see them as sacred, whole, complex beings. Dating apps have turned romance into an I-it relationship. We treat potential partners as objects, products, means to an end. We evaluate them based on their utility to us. Do they meet our needs? Do they check our boxes? Are they worth our limited time and attention? But love, real love, requires an I-thou relationship. It requires seeing another person not as a set of features, not as a product, but as an end in themselves, as a complete, sacred, infinitely complex human being. And this is impossible when you're scrolling through hundreds of faces on a screen, when you're making decisions in less than 1 second, when you're always wondering if someone better is just one more swipe away. We've turned human beings into products. And I know you feel it, that hollowness, that sense that something essential is missing. You're right, it is. Here's the good news. And I mean really good news. Because you don't have to delete the apps. You don't have to change who you are. You just have to change one thing. And it's simpler than you think. Act 4. The fix. So, what do we actually do? How do we fix modern love? Here's your framework. 4 steps. That's it. Step 1. Reject the soulmate myth. There is no one person destined for you. There are many people you could build a beautiful life with. The question isn't finding the perfect person. It's choosing someone and building something real together. Love is a choice, not a discovery. Step 2. Embrace imperfection. The person you're looking for isn't perfect. They're flawed, messy, complicated, just like you. And that's not a bug, it's a feature. Real intimacy comes from accepting each other's imperfections, not despite them, because of them. Step 3. Slow down. Stop treating dating like a job you need to optimize. Here's your homework. Not forever. Just for 1 week. Limit yourself to 10 minutes of swiping per day. That's it. If you match with someone, have a real 10-minute phone conversation before meeting. On dates, ask this one question. What's something you believed as a kid that you don't anymore? You'll learn more about someone's soul in that answer than a month of texting. Step 4. Build a real life offline. Join communities. Pursue hobbies. Make friends. Build a life rich with meaning and connection. Don't make romance the only source of intimacy in your life. When you're already fulfilled, you're free to choose a partner from abundance, not desperation. Now, if you're just here for dating tips, here's the takeaway. Stop optimizing. Start connecting. Treat people like souls, not products. But if you want the deeper truth, here it is. Plato was wrong. You're not a half searching for your other half. You're a whole person choosing to intertwine your life with another whole person. That's so much more beautiful than the soulmate myth ever was. Love isn't about finding wholeness in another person. You are already whole. Love is about choosing to share your wholeness with someone else. It's about building something together that neither of you could build alone. Conclusion. Modern love isn't broken because of technology. It's broken because we forgot what love actually is. We turned it into a transaction, a product, a box-checking exercise. But love has never been about finding perfection. It's about choosing imperfection, again and again and again. So delete the apps if you need to, or keep them, but use them differently. Swipe less, connect more. Remember that the person on the other side of that screen isn't a product. They're a human being, just like you, searching for the same thing: connection, understanding, love. Maybe that's where we start, by seeing each other as souls again, not products. Plato spent his whole life searching for truth. Maybe we can spend a little more time searching for real connection. Not perfect connection, real connection. And if this changed how you think about dating, do me a favor. Share it with one person who needs to hear this. Because fixing modern love, that starts with conversations like this one. Drop a comment and tell me, what's the biggest thing you learned? I read every single one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.